Everything Albany, only on the new 16.
Live from the studios of the New School Center for Media on the Harriman campus in Albany, it's Jim Steele. And joining us once again from the Albany Downtown Business Improvement District is Georgette. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
How are you today?
I'm doing great.
You know what I like about you? You're always smiling.
Well, I got to tell you, I really love what I do. I think the Capital Region is poised for greatness with all the nanotechnology things that are happening, the governor's economic development things that he has been announcing about the $1.5 billion that we all get to compete for. People are moving into the area. Students are graduating from college and wanting to stay here because of the great quality of life we have. So I think it's an exciting time to be in Albany.
Okay, and so what's new and exciting for the bid?
I'm actually going to talk about something you probably will be surprised I'm going to talk about.
Okay.
We have a location called Modern Body Art. They do tattooing, and they actually recently relocated to a prime storefront, and they're really trying to meet the national trend. This year alone, women surpassed men in having tattoos.
Really?
Yeah, and of course, my staff is much smarter than I am, so octogenarians, which I didn't know what that is, but it is people over 80. That's the new group of people that are getting tattoos, is people over 80.
You're kidding me.
No, and then Fortune 500 companies like Starbucks and others are starting to relax their dress codes so that tattoos can now be visible in their retail stores for their workers, for their employees. I think that will continue to be the trend that we see. And so Modern Body Art is trying to capture that growing trend by being in a great prime location right on South Pearl Street.
Well, there's a lot of, or there's less social stigma involved with tattoos nowadays as there was in the past.
I think so, and also there's a growing trend too on groups, whether it be families, police officers, groups getting the same tattoo to memorialize an activity or an event, and so there's also seeing that in their shop.
Do you have any tattoos?
I don't. My husband is desperately trying to convince me. He has several, and I'm still working on it. I have an idea of something that I want, but
maybe a little butterfly on the shoulder or something.
I think I'm a wuss. I don't know if I have the pain tolerance, but my husband says it's not that bad. And at their shop, they have this. I've seen his artwork. He's absolutely an incredible portrait tattooer.
Okay.
So if you have a picture of a dog, animal, family member, this guy is beyond incredible. One of the best I've ever seen. I mean, it's really great work.
Well, I have one, and from what I understand from anyone that gets them, it really kind of depends on where you have it done, the level of pain, but it's really not bad. It's more of a vibration, weird feeling. So it's not that bad.
They're addictive too, aren't they? I'm surprised you stopped at one.
I'm a diabetic, so I shouldn't have even gotten the one.
Oh, really?
But I've thought about it many, many times, and I wouldn't be surprised if at some point I do that again.
Yes, my husband just got one maybe 3 months ago, and he is already chomping at the bit to get his next one. So my guess is you'll see both of us at Modern Body Art one of these days.
You know, and you could even try a toe too, or something like that. I mean, I've known people that have tattoos on
their toes.
Yeah, there's my girlfriend actually has a clover on one toe, big toe, and a ladybug on the other big toe, and an L and an R on her toes.
For left and right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yep.
She'll never forget that again, right?
Forget which foot is which, exactly. So what else is going on?
Well, the other big news is the convention center just awarded 35% of the contracts to get construction started. So they've ordered all the steel. They are going to break ground in March. So they are on schedule and things are moving ahead. So that, when that opens in this fall of 2016, is going to be great news for downtown. So really, we're just trying to figure out what will these 80,000 visitors that they're going to bring in a year need. And so we're talking about trolleys, we're looking at amenities like benches and lighting and signage. How do we get people to sort of walk around downtown and get them to where they need to go? So that's one of the newest pieces that's happening downtown. It's really exciting.
If I hit the Powerball or the Lotto jackpot, one of the things that I've always wanted to do is open a breakfast sandwich shop. So it'll be the first place I look downtown.
That would be great. We actually just had, they haven't opened up yet, but it's called Cheesewich.
Okay.
They're a grilled cheese sandwich
Oh, that sounds
place, and they were up in Aviation Mall, and they felt like with the amount of development and growth that's happening in downtown, they wanted to come downtown. So they are going to be on Upper State Street, and they'll definitely be able to capture a lot of that conventioneer traffic. And with the new hotel that's coming in, the Renaissance by Marriott at the former DeWitt Clinton, with 200 rooms there, it's a prime spot for them.
So, and just for people that maybe don't understand one of the things that you do, it's not only helping people who are looking for retail store frontage, but also maybe office space that's on a second or third floor somewhere that's not ground level, and or some people looking for places to stay too.
Oh, yeah, we do. We have, we're trying to attract retail, trying to bring in new offices. The Startup New York program that the governor's office has done has been great for us. We have one company that's already in called classbooks.com, a technology company that I think you can actually get your textbooks online instead of needing to lug them around with you or buying them and then selling them back. You sort of rent them online. And so downtown is considered a Startup New York site. We have an ad company that just moved in from, they have an office in Lake Placid, and they felt like they needed to be in Albany and also New York, and New York City. The exciting part about why they chose Albany is because they wanted to tap into the growing number of graduates that are in the region, and the technology, the programming skills, the design skills, and capture that. So they are called Ad Workshop, and so they're moving in. And so we know pretty much all the available spaces that are in downtown, whether it be a storefront or, like you said, offices. We have a full listing of all the available apartments. I actually just toured a new one that will be available for occupancy starting March 1st. It's down on Broadway. The views are, you look out into the SUNY Administration Building, the D&H building, and which is
gorgeous.
Yes,
yeah.
and lit up at night. It's phenomenal. And it's an old architectural firm's office, so they have really great archways and exposed brick, and it's not your cookie cutter apartment building. So there's 32 apartments in there that will be available March 1st.
Is there parking that goes along with
There
that?
is. There's a parking lot directly next door.
Okay, so anyone who may be watching and is interested in finding out information about any of those things, how do we contact you?
Absolutely. You can find us on our website. It's downtownalbany.org.
Okay, that's pretty easy,
Yes.
downtownalbany.org. And I would assume if someone calls and just wants information, you don't push a lot. Like, you're not going to call them 17,000 times.
Right.
You'll give them the information that they need and help them make a decision of what's best for
Right.
them.
We'll occasionally check back in. We'll try to help identify some loans or grant opportunities, maybe for startup businesses, people who are looking to expand. So we know sort of what is available citywide and what you might be able to, what we can connect you to, whether it's a city grant. National Grid has several grants. So we can help connect you to do that. And then also we'll help you go through the approval processes with the city, whether you need a sign permit, if it's a new use for downtown and you need to go through that. So we can help you through each of those processes also.